Hi, everybody. It's Alan and Kimberly from Green Rabbits Think Tank, and today we're going to have a quick discussion on various business entities. Now, a lot of people, when they're starting their business for the first time, they get really caught up in what type of entity they should have. Should they have an S corporation?
Alan, what's an entity?
Entity is like what your business formation is. Like, is it a corporation? Is it an LLC? Is it a partnership? Is it a sole proprietorship? And there's a few more out there as well. And people get really hung up on what entity is the best for them. Now, the little disclaimer here, you should talk to an attorney.
Or an accountant.
Or an accountant, and or both, because they will have ideas on what is better for your particular situation. But here is one tip. A lot of people go with setting up an LLC. If that works for you, that's wonderful. And it's really quite easy to set up an LLC. With most states, you can go to the Secretary of State website, fill out a few forms, and you have an LLC. That's wonderful. However, if you decide to do that, remember there's a document that you need to send to the IRS about how your LLC will be taxed. And you have essentially two choices with that. You can have your LLC taxed as an S corporation, or you can have your LLC not taxed as an S corporation. Your accountant will go through some of those differences between those two things. But if an S corporation is for you, you only have a certain number of days after the LLC has been formed to submit that documentation and request to the IRS. And remember, it's after so many days after the LLC is formed, not days after you actually begin your business. So if you're really getting ahead of things, you file it today, but you're not going to start until 8 months from now, you need to send in that form relatively quickly. And now Kimberly's going to talk about the topic about what states to consider when you're setting up your entity.
Okay, so Alan just oversold. I'm going to, I have a lot of people talk about setting up a corporation or an LLC in certain states, and there are states that are more business friendly, and the data's out there every year. And when I was setting mine up, I went and looked at it. I have a physical location in the state that ours is set up in and headquartered in. That having been said, people always think of Delaware, right? That's the first thing, is you set it up in Delaware and you put a bank account in the Caymans. And I have to tell you that the IRS is getting really smart. And so for me, I looked at the most business-friendly states. A lot of times those are Florida and Texas, and really maneuvered towards that. What you end up doing if you don't have a home or a physical locale in the state that you set up your LLC, your incorporation, whatever your entity is you're going to deal with taxation in the states that you have people working in, that you're manufacturing in, that you're selling in addition to where you decide to set your business up legally. So look at the benefits of putting it in a location that isn't your home state versus the amount of time it's going to take to deal with the other taxes that you're going to have to handle if you're going to have people working remotely, if you're going to have virtual assistants, if you're going to be selling product online. There's sales tax, and you hit certain thresholds in each state, and then you have to pay sales tax. So all of those things need to be considered and weighed against setting up your entity in a state that you either don't physically have the headquarters of your business or isn't your home location. Does that cover it?
That covers it pretty well. And if you're doing some crazy things out there, whatever crazy it is, attorneys can help and do things like setting up blind corporations. That means nobody knows who owns it except the attorney knows. So if you're worried about that, those type of things can be done. All kinds of things. But what we can do for you, if you're interested, you can use our think tank, and we can get you with a group of an attorney, an accountant, and a couple other people, whoever you want to talk to, and we can all come up with and discuss what are the best states for you to do your filing in. And if that's something you're interested in, let us know. You'll have our contact information, and we'd love to hear from you. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you later.